Hi everyone, Stepan here. I have the black pieces in this one. I would finally like to do well in the game. Just let me see if everything is okay with the video. Everything should be okay. Okay, I'm playing knight f6. My opponent is playing g3, knight f3, so that's very flexible. Could play with e3, with d3, with c4, with c3, d4, c4, d4. C6 is the main move, and now after castles, either bishop g4 or bishop f5 is common. Bishop g4 is the most common move. Okay, after b3 I'm playing bishop f5 straight away because he no longer has pressure on b7. This is a very common pattern. And before castles you shouldn't be afraid of knight h5 because you have bishop e4. Okay, I'm just playing bishop e7. This is a very standard Reti versus the London in reverse. So now h6 to make sure there's no knight h4. This I've played many times and I know the position well. The problem with c4 is that e4 becomes much harder to play. So let's start with a5. He should play a3 now. And he should play it fairly instantly since he seems to know the position. I have a positional threat of playing a4. And then if he takes, I have queen a5, recapturing the pawn. If he goes rook e1, I go a4. If he goes a3, there are several, several ways to play this position. You could play, I could play knight d7 here. Which I think I'm going to do. And if rook e1, I'm playing bishop to h7. Okay, bishop h7. And now the idea is simple. Knight c5 and queen b6, pressure on b3. If he plays e4, which should be a blunder, knight c5 should give black a big advantage already. It's not easy to play e4 here, because he played c4. Sorry about this. Finally, a position I know. That's something I wanted to have yesterday, but I ended up spending 10 out of the 15 minutes on the first, I want to say, 7 moves. Yeah, he seems to be realizing that e4 is problematic. So now I could play queen b8, I could play queen b6. I like queen b6 the most because it puts pressure on f2 and it puts pressure on b3. So this is a tender point which I'm gonna try to target. So queen b6, also connecting my rooks. I'm not afraid of bishop d4, by the way, because I can just play c5. That would fix the b3 pawn, the b3 weakness. And now a common idea here, which may seem weird, is to play rook fc8, queen a7 and b5. Okay. Am I sure I want to play c5? I think I do. c5. He goes back. I play d4. If he tries e3, I have e5. So I think that should be okay. If he takes on f6, I'm taking with the knight, and on cd, ed is fine. Okay. And also e3 is hard to play because d3 is still hanging. So once I play d4, he will have a rough time developing. Or, excuse me, expanding in the center. Now that c5 has been played and I want to play d4, my main pawn break is going to become e4. So I would like to play rook e8, maybe something like bishop d6, e5 and e4 in the future. And after the bishop moves away, he cannot play b3, he cannot play e3, because on b3 I take twice, on e3 I take on d3. So I'm not really sure what he's going to do. I know that in most positions bishop d4 is simply wrong, because it doesn't do much. So he may well just take on f6, giving up the bishop pair, which of course isn't good. And it comes with tempo for me, because I'm already threatening bishop to b2. Yeah, okay. This has to be bad. After bishop f6, which I think should be correct, unless I'm losing my d-pawn. After bishop f6, I'm threatening bishop b2. So that seems correct to me. My knight can always keep supporting the e5 square, but am I losing my d5 pawn? So bishop f6, for example, knight h5. I could go bishop b2. Or I could... Yeah, okay, I'm taking with the bishop. I want to support e5, and I want to threaten bishop b2. Takes. If he moves the knight away now, I always have d4. But surely bishop b2 is good now. If I take, he takes with the pawn. Okay, take, pawn takes. Bishop b2. He has knight c4 attacking the bishop and the queen. So I should play bishop b2 first. Not take the pawn. Bishop b2, rook c2. Bishop a3. E takes d4. Threatening knight c4. I don't like giving up the c4 square. But after bishop b2, no, bishop b2, rook c2, bishop a3, e d5, I have bishop d3. Okay, it's all fine. Yeah, now he cannot take on d5. If takes on d5, bishop d3 should be winning for me, because I'm defending the c4 square. Okay, bishop d3. Am I missing something? Knight c4, bishop takes, b takes, queen c7. I'm not missing anything. Okay. I'm up the exchange and I'm very happy. I'm up a pawn and I'm very happy. I would like to set up a blockade on d6 with queen d6, and then I would like to queen my a pawn. I have a very simple plan: queen d6, a4, a3, a2. So he should probably play something like queen a4, I feel. I know I gave up my bishop pair, but it's for an outside passed pawn. So, and also, unless his knight gets to e4, which isn't easy to do because I'm covering d2 and I can play knight f6 to cover e4. I'm not sure where his knight goes, so I would seriously consider playing d6 if I were him. That's a very good move. Good move. Okay, yeah, d6 is a good idea. It gives his bishop squares, and it also gives him ideas of rook e7. So I think I should play rook e8 before I do anything else, because I don't want to allow rook e7. So let's look at rook e8, rook e7, d7, queen e6. That's scary because my knight is attacked. So maybe rook a to d8, covering the knight, and on rook e7, knight f6, knight e5, queen d6 seems to work. Once I move my knight, he would be attacking b7 as well, so you need to be careful about that. Rook a d8, and then knight f6. Seems good to me. I don't want to waste too much time. I don't think rook e8 works because he plays rook e7 anyway, and I cannot take. And this pawn is very annoying. If there's any way to win it, I have to do it as soon as possible. So the threat of knight f6 is very dangerous, I feel. So he has just given up the defense of his pawn, and he probably wants to play knight e5. Or if I play knight f6, he wants to play d7. He wants to play d7. Can I go queen c7? Then he has knight e5. Okay, so this is not easy. And he's threatening queen a4, grabbing the knight. I need to unpin my bishop and I need to be able to move my bishop. So I'm thinking queen a7, so that on queen a4 I have knight b6, or queen a6, so that on queen a4 I have knight b6. I cannot allow d7, so I think queen a6 and a4 is going to be my plan, and if he plays queen a4, I'm playing knight b6. And I also give myself the option to play bishop c3, bishop f6. This way I haven't given up any squares for his knight. He cannot go knight e5. I mean, he can, but I'm going to win the d6 pawn. And this is not about the pawn on c4. I'm not sure I want to take the pawn. I want to push a4 and play knight b6. Because if I take the pawn on c4, he has bishop f1. Wait, but this comes with tempo. I can now take on d6. Knight f6, queen b7, queen d6, knight f6, rook b7, queen d6. Am I missing something? I don't think I am. So I'm going to do it. This pawn is useless with the pawn on c4. This pawn doesn't matter at all. So I think I do want to trade queens actually. Or do I? Queen takes, rook d6. Yes, I do. I think I do. I think I do want to trade queens. And now if he doesn't play rook a7, I don't get this move. I don't get knight e5. Why would he play knight e5? Why knight a5? Knight e5. Preventing me from moving my rook, but I can just play a4, I think. I think he had to play rook a7 there. Because he doesn't have bishop d5, I can just take it. And now, excuse me, a3 is unstoppable and I'm 2 squares away from queening, so that's more than one extra pawn. It has to be. Sorry, I didn't wake up properly yet, it's really early here. Yeah, he had to do this one move earlier. Okay. See, I don't think he can take on b4 because I just played rook b8, so I don't think that's a threat. And on bishop b7 I have rook b6, so he cannot take on b4 unless I'm very much mistaken. Does he have any knight e7 tricks? No. I can also simply go rook to d2 and on knight b4 I can play rook to b2 and once he moves his rook I take with the pawn. That also seems pretty good. That seems even better because if he moves the rook away I take with the pawn and I threaten a2. Okay, rook b2. He cannot trade rooks obviously. Or can he? No, he cannot trade the rooks. Should be fine. And once I take with the pawn, it's game over. I mean, there's no way to prevent those pawns from queening. No way. So this way he just gave me 2 connected passed pawns, which are going to queen, so that's even worse. For him, I mean, for me it's great. Yeah, I think he should resign. I don't think... I don't see anything for him. It's just 2 connected passed pawns. What's the easiest way to win this though? Rook c8, he plays c6. I can also just go knight g4 for... Knight g4, he probably plays f3. Because if he plays c6, I play knight f2, he plays c7 and threatens bishop to b7. So you still have to be careful. Okay, rook c8, c6, knight e8. If he plays c7, I take it. Okay, I'm going to do that. I think that's correct. c6, knight e8. Okay, knight e8, simply preventing c7. And okay, but he has bishop h3. And on rook c7, rook a8, king f8, bishop e7. Winning. Okay, I'm wondering what he does. I'm going to play g5. Because g5 prevents bishop h3. He cannot push c7 because I play knight e8. So I can simply improve my king and then start improving my knight. Because if I can play king g7, knight e8 doesn't pin my knight to the king anymore, and it should be good. I don't need to rush things on the queen side. I can just play king g7, knight e8, rook c7. Why doesn't this lose a pawn? I don't get it. Knight e8? What's his idea? Does he play rook c8? Rook c1? I'm just playing knight e8. I don't see it. I don't see how he saves the pawn. Because the bishop d7 variation actually doesn't work. Because once he wins my knight, I play a2. So now he needs to go bishop h3, rook c7, rook a8. And rook e7, bishop d2, king f8. Or I can simply give up my knight. I don't need to defend my knight. I don't think I need it, actually. So if I take with the knight, he has rook c1. If I take with the rook, he has rook a8. And I play rook e7. I'm gonna take with the rook. I wanna get rid of this pawn. I can defend the knight twice. And then I'm going to slowly unpin with f6 and king f7 to make sure I can move my knight. Or do I play f5 instead? I think f6 is better. Maybe f5 is better. I could also simply play rook e2 now, where he has to move his king back to the first rank. And then I can play a2. Yeah, okay, this is winning. This is game over. I can simply play rook e2, and after king g1, I can play a2. And if he plays king h3, I play h5. Can he actually go g4 now? No, I don't think he can. Okay, I'm gonna simply prevent this from happening. Ah, no, 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 then he takes the knight. Jesus. Okay. Can I give up my knight? I think I can. I mean, I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm just playing king g7. I'm gonna give up my knight. I don't want to deal with that anymore. And if he takes, I'm threatening mate, which I don't think he can defend against, unless he plays rook h1. So this way, rook e8 is not checked, that's the point. So I actually think he has to defend f2. I don't think he can take the knight. He doesn't have any follow-up checks. I just play rook f2 and win. He would have to play g4, then I take. He plays king g3, I check. Yeah, that's game over. He cannot take the knight. Let's see what his idea is. Okay. Now, let's queen the pawns. Man, if I had my king on h6, this would be mate after g4, king h4, check, check. Wait, is it still mate? g4, king h4, rook h2, rook h2, rook h2, king g5, f6 check. I mean, I can win a pawn. g4, king h4, takes, takes, takes. King g5. I mean, I'm going for it. Because it wins a crucial pawn. But I'm not sure I want to play f6. I'm just going to go b3. Oh, I could have won the rook. I could have won the rook with f6. Okay, I can still do it. I can still do it. f6, king f5, rook f2. And now the king has to go. Yeah, okay. Winning. I could have won the whole rook on the previous move. I think. Okay. Okay, how scary is this check? He cannot take the rook, because if he takes the rook, I simply play b2. Okay. If I go b2 now, he plays bishop a2, so I'm just gonna grab this pawn, because now my rook was hanging. He cannot go king c1 because of... okay. He needs to go back now. Yeah, okay, now I just queen. Okay, oof. I finally played an okay game, I want to say. Let's have a look at it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so yeah, okay. Whew. Wait, there's some weird chat going on. Wow, okay, so something weird happened in the chat. Let's see, 4 inaccuracies, 94% accuracy, nice. Can you guys see this? Let's wait for it to get to the end. Okay, let's have a look at the game. Okay, so this is all still theory. And a lot of games here, as you can see. Queen b6, yeah, bishop d4, I don't know. Queen b6 I've had in tournament games, I've had in training games many times. This is a position I've played, I want to say, over 50 times altogether. Online games and tournament games combined. Bishop d4 I don't think is good. Okay, so c5 takes here. Yeah, he just missed bishop e2. Takes here. Okay, so this was all forced, and d6 was a good move. Yeah, rook d8 is a mistake. But I was afraid of this. I was afraid of rook e8 and rook e7, where if I take it, yeah, if I take it, he has nothing. I was afraid of that. Yeah, okay, rook b2 is good. This is simply losing. Wait, g5 is the best move? Yes. I'm so happy I found g5. I actually trained looking at weird pawn moves like this, which accomplish several things. Now, this of course gives me king safety on the dark squares, but it also prevents bishop h3, which is more important. Yeah, why didn't I just play rook c2? I could have just played rook c2. Yeah, king g7 works. Rook f3 is good. The best move was rook f1, but rook f3 seems more forcing. Okay, and now I queen. Nice. Okay. 94% accuracy. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this game. I mean, this is an example of a position I know well, where I don't have to think a lot in the opening, so I actually got to less than a minute, but I wasn't in severe time trouble. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye.